Welcome to Mechanic. In this video I'm going to explain to you how to set up and change the driver modes. So driver modes change how the suspension behaves, how transmission behaves, how the engine behaves. So if you want best performance or if you want to get the best fuel mileage, you want to change driver mode. So you simply press this down on the screen there. You have those settings. You have Eco, Comfort and Dynamic, and then you can scroll this wheel up and down to change it, to select what you setting you want. Now here you have Eco, Comfort and Off-Road. There's actually an individual mode as well, which I'll show you in a second how to set up. But here the other thing to keep in mind, when you go to Eco, let's go really quick to Eco. Here on the left, instead of seeing the engine RPMs, you see this gauge that basically tells you the consumption. So if the gauge is on high, where now we're parked, and the gauge, you see the arrow is all the way down on high, so we're just burning fuel and saying it's not the most efficient mode to be in. But if you start driving and you see it more in the green area here, that means you're doing better. So some people like that. I personally don't prefer that, but if you do like to see that, that's Eco drive. You can I'll show you though how to set up the personalized drive, where you can change all the settings, where you can basically have a combination of any of the settings that you would like. So individual mode is not showing here, but let's take a look at how to enable that and how to change it. So here we have this screen. If we scroll down and go to settings, go to my car, and then once you go to individual drive mode, then you have to select this here, and then you enable, then you change the settings as you wish. So you can see like how the engine whether you want the engine to perform for most fuel savings, or if you want the most performance. If you want the most performance, the engine is going to shift later, stay in gear a little bit longer. That of course is going to burn more fuel. But you can have Eco. Under Eco settings, the engine shifts earlier and uses transmission will shift earlier. The engine won't go into as high RPMs. So Eco is not only good for fuel, it's also best for the life of the engine and the transmission. Driver display, you can change this how you want to see the instrument cluster there. Steering force, how much force the steering wheel, like whether you want it to be kind of heavy or you like it light. Powertrain characteristics, affects torques and acceleration. So these are really transmission settings. Dynamic, this is the transmission will stay in gear longer. Eco, it will shift pretty early in each gear. Brakes, how the brakes, whether brakes force you want it to change them dynamically based on how hard you're pressing, or like what speed you're driving at. And Eco climate control, this is for the climate for your AC. So if it's on Eco, is going to use the AC less, is going to consume less power, but also put less demand on the engine. And then start stop. So once you have these settings, you can go close here, and then if we press the switch here next to on the center console, you can see that now we have individual mode as well. So you can switch to that, and that's going to have every single setting the way you like it. And that's all. Thank you for watching Mechanic, where you can be the mechanic.